to
screw
the back
you.
seat
You
critics.
know what? We took the weeks off because of you, and then you just decided to just take
My name
extra.
is Andrew.
No, I'm not doing this. This is not how we start the show.
My name is Andrew.
Congratulations. I'm glad you know your name.
What is your name over there? Mr. RJ?
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. Yeah, you steal the show and you steal my name. That's fine. That's okay. Not everybody can be great like me.
Not everyone can be great like me.
You know, my dad looks at me. He goes, "You're great." And I go, "I know." And then he says, "A great disappointment."
It's really
And I go,
unfortunate that you just don't pick up on sarcastic cues.
Oh, no. He fully means I'm great. A great disappointment.
So, I concur.
He looks at me and goes, "Man, why this kid?"
He gives you the same look Stubbs is giving me.
Yep. The look of disappointment.
Oh.
Anyways,
We're talking about Super Mario Bros. From 1993, the same year as Jurassic Park.
yes.
To give it a little bit of a context there. It's got Bob Hawkins, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper
Correct.
jumping all over this thing.
Yeah.
And we should just state on just the up and up. This is based off of Mario, but it's not actually like
Roughly.
based off of Mario. It's based off of one land in like Super Mario World 2 or something like that.
The city is?
Yeah.
I'm glad they throw. There's always a desert level.
Yeah.
Always a desert level, so they threw that in there. But the city.
No
is,
donut hills.
Nope. No, none of that. But no mushroom hopping really.
But before we get into that, we're gonna talk about a couple news topics, including one, Indiana Jones 5 is apparently the last Indiana Jones. Finally. We're gonna talk about Disney's
Vorkana.
Yes. And then we're going to follow that up with actually the actual Super Mario Bros. Movie that came out recently.
2023.
We're going to talk
animated.
about that before we jump into the intermission. Before we go into the intermission, we're going to go to a quiz question. And then we're going to go into our top three. Well, our top threes. So, we're talking sets. We're talking costumes. We're talking scenes. And we're talking about what moments.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to wrap it up with some final thoughts. And then everyone can finally just take a sigh of relief.
They've made it.
I've ended my life.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that's a cold response from you.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice knowing you.
Wow. All right.
It was great. It was a great time.
It's a great time.
We had a good run. 30 years.
Good.
It was nice.
Ah.
Okay, it was great.
Great disappointment.
Yep.
Jinx.
Our dads would look at it and say the same thing. They'd be like, "Yep, they're great disappointments." Anyways, here we are.
Here we are. All right. So Indiana Jones 5. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah. Like, why did we make 4? I mean, like, okay, money aside, why did we make 4?
Okay, so anyways, I think you just hit it on the head. So we'll move on. Money, obviously, and you said money aside, but money. They want to capitalize on the Indiana Jones name. Obviously, Hollywood is running out of ideas, and they don't have any new ideas that they can bring. So here we are.
Hard disagree, but
They're not.
I don't know. I think it's a recency bias type thing. I mean, there's remakes and redos and sequels that have been going on for decades.
I feel like they're trying to tap into it more and more and more lately, though. At least Disney, as soon as they got, you know what it is? Disney finally got their hands on the Lucasfilms.
Yeah.
And so they're like, you know what? We got to make our own Indiana Jones movie.
No complaints if this is better than that 4th one that I saw.
I thought that for a while there, when they made the 4th one, they were going to make Shia the new Indiana Jones.
They really dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I think they could still do it. Have you seen Shia lately?
No, I actually haven't.
His movies are pretty good. Peanut Butter Falcon. Check it out.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Heart touching.
You had a topic.
Disney Lorcana.
Yeah, what is that?
I am so excited for this. It's going to be a Disney card game like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon.
That sounds sick.
It's actually more loosely based off of Magic the Gathering itself. They announced it last year. And today they actually announced the rules to this game.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know that until just 5 minutes ago. So when I go home, I'm going to look it up because I want to make sure that I can beat my wife in this game.
That's a good standard.
You bet your butt I am going to be buying this
So
game.
so there's cards coming out based off the Disney characters or what?
Yes. They're based off they actually have the Disney characters on there. There's some cards. I think there were 6 cards that were released during the D23.
Okay.
During the expo.
Mm-hmm.
Or D3 expo. I don't know which one it is.
I don't know.
Yeah. But
Don't ask me.
I don't know why I can't think of it right now. But it's during the Disney expo and they released a whole bunch of those cards. Or not a whole bunch. They released 6 of them to announce it. And it's going to be coming out this fall. I believe in September
that's exciting.
is the release date. Right now, Disney's going to be they're the only retailer that we know that actually has it.
Is it Lorcana or no.
Lorcana with a L. Lorcana.
Oh, I got it.
Lorcana? Something like that.
I'm digging the Mickey Mouse Wizard.
Yeah. No, they have a lot of the art's kind of cool on it. The Captain Hook one looks kind
okay.
of cool.
I'm actually kind of digging this.
It looks fantastic. It kind of looks like based off what I've seen too. They say that it plays like Magic, but I think it has a little bit of Hearthstone or Hearthstone. You know what I'm talking about, the
Yeah.
World of Warcraft card game that you can play on your phone. It kind of has the same vibe as that too. It looks like a little bit.
It looks like it, yeah.
Something I will definitely be buying, and a lot of. I'm hoping to collect the majority of the cards.
That looks sick.
I'm
That's
buying
exciting. So fall.
Yeah, that's where my money's going. Just take my money.
Just take it, Disney.
Take it, Disney. You already take it enough with the bouncing boo bayou.
But anyways, so Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Opened with apparently the #1 global animation weekend.
All time.
Opening weekend. Yeah.
All time. Congratulations to Illumination.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think we haven't really had a really good animated Mario movie. So I think this is just about
haven't had a good Mario movie. Like this one is like the only other one.
No, there's actually more Mario movies.
There's more Mario movies?
Not live action, cartoon.
I know about the TV show.
They made some Mario movies off of that.
Oh.
I think I saw why I was looking to find this movie so I could stream it. I saw there was like a Super Mario 3 movie and stuff like that. I was like, what in the world?
Oh, upcoming episode?
Possibly. All animated, so.
That's sick. Okay. I only knew about the TV show, and I remember seeing that when I was younger, and a little bit now when we revisited this movie. So.
Yeah.
Didn't know there was a movie.
There's a movie.
All right.
But I think it's just going to be, people wanting to buy Mario.
Yeah.
I think Mario is just kind of a seller. Sadly, it was Chris Pratt. No accent.
That's such a weird choice.
I would take Charlie Day as Luigi. That's fine.
That's fine. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. That's okay.
It's interesting that they added Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it myself yet, but I want to see what other characters are in the movie as well.
I'm 100% here for Jack Black as Bowser, though.
That's okay.
Nah.
He's got a weird music video out with it right now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
I think there's probably a song in there somewhere, yes, that Bowser probably sings. But there's a weird music video of him kind of dressed as Bowser in a weird way. So. Definitely something to take a look.
All right. You want to go into this quiz question?
All right.
Okay. So, when they were first writing up the script for Super Mario Bros. 1993,
yes,
they originally had this kind of existential road trip between two brothers, very similar to Rain Man.
Okay.
What was the working title of the movie during this point?
You think I'm going to get this? Not going to get this. Thank you very much.
All right.
Anyways, you can just save it for the listeners at the end of it.
Yeah, we'll come back to this during final thoughts.
Because I have no idea. And I'm not going to think of it. And I've never even heard about this. So.
Oh, it's fantastic. The fact that they like, hey, well, let's do a Mario Bros. Movie, but like kind of base it off Rain Man. Like, I mean.
So is Luigi Rain Man.
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
That's
who's
terrible.
who's the Rain Man of those two?
Luigi.
Yeah.
Mario's Tom Cruise. He's the brains.
Okay. But anyways, we're going to jump into the intermission, and we'll come back for top threes.
How dare you ask such a question?
Why? That was so good.
You just can't do... What other...
I'm not going to do something that you can get. Because then you're going to say it and spoil it.
What animated character did John Leguizamo voice?
In Ice Age.
No, I never said in Ice Age. They could have said that. Sid the Sloth.
Nah. I gave plenty of clues here.
John Leguizamo played in what movie when he was hunted as a human being?
The Ultimate Game.
No.
All right, welcome back to the intermission. This is where we talk about stuff. And today we don't have stuff to talk about.
Because you had such a hard question.
But instead, we're going to thank you, listeners. We appreciate you guys.
Andrew doesn't. Don't lie to him. You give him such a hard question in this episode.
It was a good question.
Anyways.
So we just want to say thank you.
Except for Andrew. He wants to say, I hope you. sit there
RJ,
and
why
rot.
aren't you saying thank you?
Yes.
I'm being very polite here.
I will say thank you. Andrew is secretly saying no thank you.
Wow. Wow, somebody like woke up.
Well, yeah, when you give people such a hard question to try to answer.
It is. Once you hear the answer, you're going to be like, oh, that was super easy.
But who knows that nonsense?
And back to the show. All right, what do you want to do first?
Well, here's the thing, Andrew. I didn't really write down anything for those topics. So, I can go with whatever.
Okay, let's do top 3 characters. Oh no, I forgot to record something for the characters. So here's something. Characters. Who are they? What are they doing? I don't know what...
Alright guys, welcome back. We are going to talk about our top 3 characters. My first character is going to be Luigi. Scratch that. I'm going to Mario. Mario's going to be my top character.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I chose Mario because he is the top guy in this episode.
He's the top guy?
He's top dog. And
He's top dog?
he was able to attract a woman inside of a place.
Shout out to Rob.
And... Whoa. That just got dark. Yeah, so anyways, Mario at one point, I think I just kind of enjoy Bob Hoskins running around, freeing the woman outside of their set, or from the cage that Koopa was keeping them in. Going to the bar, I'm like, yeah, I can pick up that girl and get her to help us out. Or not help us out, but steal the rock off her. Yeah, I just go with Mario.
Mario?
He is not the Mario that you would think.
No.
It's not like, hello, it's me, Mario. It's more like, I'm Brooklyn Mario.
This is Wario.
Basically.
Like I'm dead honest. Like this is Wario.
I love it. Fight against the other plumbing company too.
I do. I enjoyed that too.
Scapoli or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. And they're like, I would be ashamed if something happened to you.
Yeah.
The thinnest veiled threat to what are you doing, dude?
What is your number one character?
Stop swallowing my microphones.
What is your number
No.
What's your number one character?
My number one? I'm going for the better brother. Luigi.
Luigi.
Dude, this was a not terribly bright guy. He was running around. He was the guy that handed tools to Mario. But he carried that movie on his back. John Leguizamo punched up for this movie.
I like him as an actor.
I do too. I really do.
Violent Night, fantastic.
I still haven't seen that.
Fantastic.
John Wick? Series?
Ice Age. Sid the Sloth.
Sid the Sloth?
The Pest. You ever seen The Pest?
No.
Great movie too.
But he carried this movie. Not Bob Hoskins. Not Dennis Hooper. John Leguizamo. Who might as well be John Luigi Samo.
And just so we don't need to go
John Leguizamo.
into it further, he is going to be my number 2.
Wow. Right on my little wake over there.
Yeah. I
Wow.
mean, I don't think we just need to retouch base on it. I mean,
Yeah, no. He's fun.
What's your number 2?
My number 2. Give me a second. I need to pull up this person's
Holy
name.
fudge. My goodness, Andrew. We are over here trying to film a podcast, and you want to play on your phone.
I'm being very professional.
You're
over
not
here.
being professional over there. You're ruining my life. You know what I could have done by now? Made myself a sandwich. Now the sandwich has been eaten.
It's been eaten. I'm going with Iggy Koopa,
Iggy Koopa.
played by Fisher Stevens.
Is that one of the henchmen?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Is it the blonde one or the...
No, the dark-haired one with the dreads. He plays the restaurant critic in Always Sunny. He's in Friends for a bit, and he plays a psychic detector in Frasier.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just enjoyed seeing, because the guy's always like this uptight, snobbish dude, but seeing him in something different was an absolute delight. And I gotta say, every time those two henchmen were on screen, I'm having a blast. If we're looking at like a little like Dungeons and Dragons kind of like chart, they're chaotic evil.
Okay.
Like,
Well, until they
Like-
get...
until they get smart, then like maybe chaotic good. But
Yeah.
like this movie was just like absolute nuts, like start to finish, and they helped bring that.
Yeah.
I love that.
My number 3 is going to be Toad.
Ooh, weak.
Toad?
Weak.
Toad week?
Weak.
Why is Toad weak?
I got nothing.
I just think it's funny that they made Toad some like hippie guy singing on the side of the road. Down with the government.
I love that when he gets turned into a the dinosaur, he still has like the spiral hair do kind of thing.
And he's got a
The pattern.
harmonica.
Mm-hmm.
That was
He's
awesome.
looking like Bob Dylan over there.
So I go with Toad.
Okay. My number 1, I'm going with Bowser. But not early Bowser. Later movie Bowser, when he started getting nuts, and then when he turned into a T-Rex at some point.
At the very end?
Yeah.
And then he turns into slime?
Yeah.
What's your favorite? It's the slime Bowser.
That
It's
is my-
Koopa. King Koopa.
King Koopa.
Koopa. They didn't even call him Bowser, just King Koopa.
I thought it was Bowser Koopa.
No, I think they just called him King Koopa, didn't they?
No, they got it listed as Bowser here. Because he's king of Koopa Town, so he's
Yeah.
king of Koopa.
All right. Well, that's our top 3 characters for this movie.
I don't know what that was, but let's move on to our next topic. What do you want to do?
Cheerio. We should move on to scenes. Why not scenes?
I like how you did it, like, you try to do a British accent for a
No,
bit.
I'm not even trying.
You tried.
I'm not even
You sounded
trying.
like you had a speech impediment, and then you just gave up.
Wow. You know, I'm not even trying to do a British accent. I was just trying to do a silly accent.
I saw your eyebrows.
Listen. I know when I tried to do...
That was a British accent.
No, no, no,
100%. No.
I'm actually impressed because when I try to do an accent...
You're impressed by that?
Yeah. Because I'm terrible at accents.
I could tell.
Terrible. And I don't even try. The only thing I can do is Borat. That's the best accent I can do. Everything else, no, thank you. I try to say
You can do a Borat.
very nice.
Yeah, you're not good at accents, dude.
No, I can't. Borat's about it, and that is average, at best. At best.
At best.
Everything else, nope. I try to spit it out. I'm like, nope, that's a bad accent.
Hey, don't worry.
This is why I didn't make it.
Don't worry. I still love you. The audience might not, but like I still do. All right. What was our next segment?
Scenes.
Oh, scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Crap.
Yeah. We're off to talk about scenes.
What's happening?
The magical
What is going
wizard
on?
of scenes.
I'm so confused. Everything.
My number one scene's the elevator scene.
Oh, the elevator scene. They get them all dancing.
You got them dancing side to side. I enjoyed it. It's like, how are they going to get out of this one? They vanoodled their way out of it.
Vanoodled.
Vanoodled.
That was a good scene. It's got kind of like Gremlin kind of vibes to it.
Good comedy side.
Yeah.
What you got?
My favorite scene is going to be when they first show up to Koopa Town, and it's just absolute chaos. There's people going over railings. They get jacked by a woman in jet boots and a spiky bra dress thing. Just the absolute lunacy. This like little bumper cars driving around.
In the car, they don't even care. They just crash into each other.
They just crash into them
There's
because there's
piles
no
of cars.
brakes. So I was reading, they did that because they wanted a world where, because dinosaurs still exist, quote unquote, they wanted a side where like, hey, we're not using fossil fuels for cars, so we're going to all electric. What would that look like? And apparently this is what they thought.
That's terrible.
This is what they thought.
This is what we're going towards.
Even though fossil fuels aren't actually made from dinosaurs, it's from like prehistoric worms. But
It's all right.
whatever.
All right.
All right, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is the ice sledding scene, or ice scene, where Mario comes in. He saves the gals that were stolen from Brooklyn while they're trying to find Daisy, Princess Daisy.
Okay.
And I just enjoy it as a big, like, Mario comes in, beats up the bad guy, opens up this tunnel, and goes down an ice slide of some sort on a mattress.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then you have a couple of the Goomba guys chasing after him.
And he sticks a little wrench in, they
Yep.
fly. Yeah.
And then they started riding on each other.
Yep.
That's my
That's your number 2.
That's my number 2.
All right. My number 2 is going to be the check-in scene at the jail.
Okay.
The
Cool.
amount of stuff again going on in frame.
The heel.
The heel on the police guy's back, like giving him a massage with the heel of the heel.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And just like people in the background going nuts. Like, I don't know. This is why I love this movie. There's just so much. Have you ever seen the Party with Peter Sellers, directed by Blake Edwards?
Nope.
Give it a watch. Very similar vibes. The whole movie improvised. It's fantastic.
My number 3, the club scene.
The club scene.
Club scene.
Is it because of booty cheeks?
Not because of the booty cheeks. There are booty cheeks in the background of this movie. What I enjoy is that Mario's just like, I'll get this stone. And he hits on that girl with the big red suit. And then he like
gets like slapped up.
dancing around. And she slaps him and he goes, do it again.
Hit me harder.
Something like that. And then at the end of it, she like saves them out of the club. So number 3, I'm going to give to the club scene.
Okay. That's a good choice. I'll give you some snaps there. My number 3 is going to be the very end. The big battle. But they have the little like Bob-omb toy.
Yeah. Ba-bum.
And it just like trots down the side. Well, I guess it falls down the side. Trots across the road because it's like an elevated road that they're on with a grate over it. And Bowser and Mario are like firing back and forth at each other. So Mario does a little bob-omb, but it falls through the grate, and it's walking down the street below, and we see the first car with actual working brakes down there stop so it doesn't hit the bob-omb. And the bob-omb just keeps walking, goes up the wall like Spider-Man, then back up onto the grate, and then somehow turns around 180 degrees and starts walking back towards Bowser before it, blows up.
Ba-bum.
Ba-bum.
Don't those things chase you in Mario?
Yeah.
So it chased Bowser.
It did great. It was a weird consistency that like it falls through the grate because it's too small, but then when it comes up, it somehow flips completely over, but then walks back across the grate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that scene.
All right. Those are our top 3 scenes.
Scenes.
All right. That leaves us with our second to last topic.
Yeah.
Costumes.
Costumes.
Costumes. In the game. Costumes by RJ and Andrew.
Go for it.
Number 1 costume. I'm just going to go with the Mario when he puts on the red suit.
Yep.
That's going to be my number 1.
Yep. My number 1, exactly the same.
When he puts on the red suit. And then at that point, you're like, now I'm watching Mario. Did you notice that he was wearing a lot of green before then? And Luigi was wearing a lot of red before then?
Okay, so for the audience who might not know, but my best friend should, I am colorblind.
But could you tell that?
So rewind this back, like, I don't know, 20 seconds.
So can
and
you
listen
tell
to
that
just
he
what this
wasn't
jerk just asked me. Hold up. This guy's known me for about 30 years. We came out together. We high-fived. We shared our first poop. Mine was better, but his was clumpy, but it was good. But this guy, he's known for, I don't know what, like 20 years that I was colorblind?
Yeah, give or take.
And you just asked me, hey, did you notice how Mario is wearing green?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Anyway, so he wears green for most of the movie.
This is a one-man episode now.
Second, I'm going to pick Luigi in his outfit.
Okay.
I don't know who you got for 2.
So my number 1 is obviously Mario. It's the closest that we're going to get to an actual Mario. My number 2, I'm going to count this as a costume, but Yoshi.
Yoshi, huh?
Yeah, it was a puppet for part of it, so somebody was wearing it on a part of them. It was like a mix of like stop motion and puppetry, and I enjoyed Yoshi.
Okay. My number 3, and that's the end of the episode. No,
School's out.
My number 3 is going to be. I really didn't enjoy any of the costumes after that. I just really didn't see the enjoyment in some of them. Some of them were just like super weird. Like I just couldn't get into the rest of any of the other ones. In all honesty, I was kind of like, I'm gonna go. If you're gonna pick Yoshi, I think I should be able to pick the Bob-omb.
Okay, but here's the thing. Friend who forgot I was colorblind after 20 years.
Yep.
Somebody wore Yoshi on part of them because it's a puppet.
Somebody walked the Bob-omb to make it turn around.
But they're not wearing it. Okay, question for the audience. Costume. Do you have to wear it? I feel like you do.
I am going to pick.
You're just looking at the back of the DVD case now.
I'm trying to get ideas, okay?
Okay, so my number 3 is going to be the chick that jacks the rock from them. She's got this... Dude, what was that? What was that?
That's like a cyberpunk outfit.
No. That was like a Foot Clan outfit. Like Foot Clan wishes they had that.
No,
yeah.
they didn't. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Actually, I saw like a lot of people outfits. Like when they walk around, I was thinking in the 90s in the club scene or 80s in the club scene, these outfits might have been cool.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you look at them, you're like...
I looked at all of these. I'm like, I'm taking notes.
Well, I'm actually gonna pick.
Wait till you see what I'm wearing Wednesday.
My number 3 costume is actually gonna turn to. There's a little dinosaur dealer on the street guy.
Okay.
That's gonna be my number 3.
That's your number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go to the what moments?
Yeah, let's go to the what moments.
What are you doing? Don't sigh. 20 years. Down the drain. I'm sorry, what?
This is the home improvement. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? What was that? Anyways, we are here to talk about the what? This is the part of the show. This is the part of the show where we talk about what you're vibing with, what you don't like.
Welcome to the Backseat Critics podcast and show.
Anyways, yeah, here we are. We're gonna talk about
We're here to play no games.
we're here to talk about the what moments in the movie. It could be anything that goes that you don't think it should be realistic, that just made you go what, or something that you just like can't vibe with.
So, RJ,
Yes.
what was the number one thing that you can't vibe with? My number one was when we first meet Bowser. He's like, he's ranting about how disgusting germs are and how gross they are. And he proceeds to stick his hands in what I can only assume is like slightly melted sour cream before pulling them out and then doing stuff.
I thought it was wax.
No, that stuff is way too... Wax doesn't melt like that.
If it was like super melted, maybe.
And wax gets clear. That's not... No.
I don't know. Have you seen like those Scentsy things? They turn like green. Like if they have a green one, you put it in, it's still green.
20 years.
Anyways. I'm on fire tonight. Put me out. Mine is going to be the egg walking moment.
Egg walking.
Did you see that? Inside the streets, like one of the girls, when they first get to Koopa Town, that wild scene that you're talking about, somebody has an egg in a stroller.
Oh, yeah.
That's my first one. I was like, what? I mean,
that kind of lines up with that opening scene with the mom running with the...
And then the baby comes out of the egg.
Okay. Question for the audience.
Yes.
I don't know what that look is.
This is the voice of public opinion.
This is a voice of a friend who forgets a friend is colorblind after 20 years. Twice.
I'm on fire tonight. Leave me alone. Hey, listen. I'm still in my prime.
Dude, no. Okay. Let's say
I'm great.
Daisy, who was born from an egg in a place filled with dinosaur people who apparently lay eggs in order to give birth to humanish children. If her and Luigi, a human,
Okay. I get where you're going with this, but continue. Let the people know.
if him and Daisy, Luigi and Daisy, human, and dinosaur human,
Do the vertical dance.
do the vertical dance, do the waffle maker, what happens? Is there an egg that comes out?
I guess
Is there a child?
depends on the chromosome.
Does he have to? I
guess you have to do one of those charts.
Oh, see, like where that lines up.
Yeah, you remember those charts for X, Y, whatever.
Also, okay.
I love
Okay.
those things. Those are easy.
Second question.
Yes.
Second question for the audience. While we're talking about this whole world, okay, where's the egg coming from?
I am not going to answer that here. Anyways, my number 2 is going to be.
Where's the egg coming from, my man?
There was a sign that says I was a teenage mammal XXX in this movie.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out. That was my number 2. I was like, hold the phone. What if I was a kid and I was watching this?
There's so many parts of this movie that like aren't aimed for kids.
I know. Especially when you get to Koopa Town, you're like,
Whoa.
hold the phone. This is a little out there. Rihanna could be making the music for this movie here.
Yeah.
All right. You got number 2?
Okay. My number 2. Stop swallowing my microphones.
What's number 2?
Okay. My number 2 is a tough one.
Do you not really have that many what moments in this? I feel like you're struggling with your what moments.
I'm struggling with all my moments here.
Okay.
Because I came in unprepared. No. I
don't even have a top
No.
3. I have 5 of them that I need to get through
No.
here.
No.
Yes, I need it.
No.
The hell?
No.
Anyways, go ahead. Say your number 2.
Okay. So my number 2 is they steal these jet boots from the club. Did they
Everybody
just
in the club getting tipsy? Oh, what?
Okay. First off, why are there jet boots in a club? Are they like rent-a boots that you get like at a bowling alley? Do you rent jet boots for club wear? Like nobody in the club is hold off on that comment. Nobody in the club is wearing those jet boots. Even the woman who stole their stuff with the jet boots. Do you take off the jet boots and put them up there when you come into the club?
That's what I was thinking.
But did they just jack them? Is it a one size fits all?
One size fits all.
One size fits all?
It's like
But it went around the toes.
it's like Back to the Future with the Nikes where they just kind of.
They shrink up?
Yep.
That's comfortable with like a little Iron Maiden kind of metals thing.
Yep.
So they just stole somebody's boots.
And
All right. That's all I got.
or maybe that girl's really good with feet and just knows their size and goes, "These sizes are for you guys." She's really good at feet.
She's Quentin Tarantino?
I know another podcaster that's pretty good with feet. So, anyways.
His name rhymes with.
My number 3.
Bobbert?
Oh, I wasn't even gonna try to do that. Here we are, and
Blue Jay?
my number 3 is gonna be the old lady that just like, "Do you guys have any weapons?" No.
Boss?
And then she whips out a weapon. Do you not remember that scene?
Sorry, start again. I was thinking about Boss.
There's that scene where the lady's like, "Hey, do you guys have any weapons?" No, and she
Whips out the weapon and mugs them?
It's like a shocking gun.
Yes,
sort of
okay.
thing.
That was my number 3.
My number 4 is the high heel jamming into the guy's neck. I had that down there.
Okay.
Like, what?
At the prison check-in?
Yeah, like I didn't really notice it until like halfway through the present chicken out. I was like, what? That's actually happening.
Okay, so my number 4 is when Bowser's wife gets blasted into the wall and it immediately is just skeleton with just hair out from there.
Like Miss
Looney Tunes moment, yeah.
And at number 5 is Yoshi was chained up. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
How did he make it down into the area where her dad was? If he was chained up and tied up.
Okay, let's talk about another one moment.
And that's the end of the podcast.
That dad popping in and out.
Huh?
The dad, the king.
Okay.
He was in the big fungus. He was like popping in and out like a prairie dog.
Have you ever seen those things? It's like a booper. I call it a booper. And it's like this little thing, kind of the similar shape when he pops in and out, right? And it's this little booper thing that like goes boop on like a plate, and it makes this design on a plate, and it goes back up. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
It's a booper. He was a booper. He was the booper king. We have the Koopa King, and now we have the Booper King.
The Booper King.
The Booper King.
Better king.
Yeah. Booper King.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a what moment several times here for me.
You're just like, what? The Booper over here.
What?
Anyway.
Because I guess the suggestion was that he controlled all the fungi around town.
He did. And even outside of the town.
Yeah,
in
and
the
he
other
kept trying to
world.
give them mushrooms.
And he kept on trying to give him Bob-oms.
Just that one time.
Twice.
Twice?
Twice. He tried to give it by there in the prison. He tries to give
Oh,
him
no,
the
that's
bomb.
right. That's right. Because at the final. Okay. But the mushrooms, he kept trying to give them mushrooms. And the only time they used the mushroom is as a shield.
Yes.
I kept hoping.
They'd eat it.
Like, I know I've seen this before, but like, you kind of hope that they eat it.
And then they get the firepower.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's flower power, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a flower, but like
And then you shoot
they've
flames.
rewritten so much in this movie from like the source material. Like, why stop there?
I think it'd be interesting if they actually made a Mario game based off this movie.
They did. It's called Cyberpunk.
Basically.
Yeah.
I wonder. You know what they should have done? They messed up so bad.
On Cyberpunk, yes.
Oh yes, but in Super Mario Odyssey,
Okay.
kind of make it more kid friendly, but have the Koopa Town, or
Oh,
Koopa City.
instead of the New York City.
Mm-hmm. That would have been so much more fun.
So much.
A little
better.
bit of a high five. Perfect.
Yeah, give some love to this movie.
But nope. That would have been genius. All right, so those are our what
Another what moment for me.
Oh no, we're not done yet. Okay.
Doesn't have to do directly with like what's in the movie, but the fact that Harold Ramis almost directed this. Harold Ramis from like Ghostbusters and every Bill Murray movie out there outside of the Wes Anderson stuff. Like, this guy's a legend, and he almost directed this movie.
I think there's probably a lot of people that wanted to direct this movie.
But Harold Ramis, like, you had to go up some ladders to get to Harold Ramis.
I think of the fact that, once again, I think, as I alluded to in the beginning of this movie, because it's Mario,
Mm-hmm.
I think you probably have a lot more people wanting to be involved.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do final thoughts?
Yeah, actually, I have a fun fact, actually, between the two Mario movies really quick.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo, whatever his name is. Leguizamo.
Luigi-zamo.
Yep. He is actually furious with the new movie.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
What for?
He is saying it's kind of bad, the fact that they didn't invite any other Italian actors into that movie.
I gotta say, I kind of agree with him.
That he didn't, that they kind of, there's a perfect time period where they could have actually brought some notice to some Italian actors, and they didn't.
No, they stuck with like
Seth Rogen,
standard.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, like especially for like Mario and Luigi. Yeah, like you could have gotten some Italian actors in
At least
there.
one out of the two. Shoot the 50%. I mean, I actually I'm really excited to watch Charlie Day. Or listen to Charlie Day.
I am too. I'm worried that the voice isn't going to quite fit, but like I'm excited to see that. But no, he is right. It would
Yeah.
be nice to see like some new faces out there. Also, we all have the guy that's voiced Mario since like 1988.
Charles Martinet.
Thank you. That dude's still alive. Why isn't he voicing it?
Yeah.
Like, that just kind of makes sense.
Put Charles Martinet in there.
Apparently, they didn't even ask the dude.
Uh,
Instead, they went with Chris Pratt, which
Maybe he couldn't do
Yeah.
like a full on Mario voice. Besides, it's me, Mario.
the dude's been, I don't know.
Maybe he couldn't do like a full on like talking Mario voice. And so they're like, let's put in Jurassic World, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt with a somewhat Brooklyn accent for some reason. That's maybe the only callback that we're going to get to this movie.
Yeah. Most likely.
All right. Before we dive into the final thoughts, we're going to go over that quiz question.
Oh gosh. Okay. I mean, I don't have an answer.
Okay.
Is
So,
it
I want no.
the boys are back in town?
I want to repeat the question. Originally, when the script was written, it was written as an existential story of two brothers on a road trip, similar to The Rain Man. What was the initial working title for that movie?
Andrew and the Three Little Pigs.
The answer: Drain Man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That is awful.
That is perfect.
No.
Yes.
I'm glad they didn't go that route.
Better movie.
No.
I'm kidding. You can't. It's hard to top this.
No, stop it. Stop. I mean, if they would have called it Drain Man, I don't even think we would have known that it was about Mario until.
That was like the working title.
Yeah, if you heard Drain Man, you wouldn't know it until he puts on the suit.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No. Not going with it. Mm-mm. Can't make me.
Oh, I will.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I've seen this movie several times. Thoroughly, like, it's a bad movie. Thoroughly enjoy it though. It lags a little bit in the middle, but it's fun.
It does lag a little bit.
They can cut out like 20 minutes, maybe 30.
Maybe.
But it's something where you throw it on and there's just stuff happening from minute 1 to minute whatever. How long is it?
104 minutes.
104. Yeah, so it's barely over like an hour and a half. Yeah, they could have cut like 20 minutes out, 15 minutes out. But yeah, it's entertaining. I enjoyed it.
There's always something going on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Always something to look for in the background. I think it's probably an okay movie for kids to watch. I mean,
you're really pushing it, but
I watched it as a kid myself. I mean, there's things that I didn't catch, but I also watched the TV version, so I didn't know if that was actually.
Yeah, it just depends how like strict you are with kids, because like it's not like up in your face that much outside of like one cleavage shot, but
it does have a PG rating.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows. But I mean, it could. Besides, and there's booty cheeks in the background in one scene, just dancing on a bar.
Yeah,
top.
but like most of the adult stuff is like in the background. Like
Most
it's
of
not
the
really
stuff.
it's not really like brought to the forefront.
You're not gonna really notice it if you're a kid.
No.
Maybe if you're a little older, 10 years old, 9 years old.
Yeah, I'd say like 10, 11, 12, maybe.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
You get to the teeny bopper stage, probably somewhere in there. But yeah, I do enjoy this movie myself quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah. I'd range it somewhere in an 8.5.
Yeah. It's a solid movie. Check it out if you haven't. If you've got kids, check it out before you watch it with your kids.
Definitely, just to be safe.
Yeah. And stay tuned because we might be reviewing that new Mario movie.
Keep your peepers open.
Keep your peepers and poppers open. And until next time, we out.
Wait. Keep your eyes peeled out for the Switching Stance podcast. We will be coming on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
For about UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we have never done before, and we have no idea what we're talking about. So
no.
Keep your eyes out for an episode with Switching Stances.
We'll keep you guys posted.
And now we can say, we out.
Join us next week on another episode of the Play No Game.
Hey, I said we
podcast.
out, we out. Okay? It ends here.
Podcast and show.
Hey, we ended here. We're done.
Anyways.
Cut the caca.
When Andrew said we out, we out, we out.
We dropping the mic.